Decisions you make at the spur of the moment are decisions that, if you're not careful, can actually destroy you. And so, whenever there is a situation, it is very important for you to rethink, think, and think again before you take a decision that you will regret. Had I known, they say, is always the last one. Now, in the case of Adeyemi, his mom actually wanted to throw him away because he was autistic. But you know what? She was sleeping on that decision. And as much as she slept on the decision, she just had the opportunity to discover who her son was. He was lively. He was someone the society loved. The community loved to play with. And so she decided to give her son a chance. And later began to realize that Adeyemi, even as an autistic child, had some wonderful features about himself. He made her proud. At a very tender age, he won the competition as a basketballer. If Adeyemi's mom had taken the decision that her heart kept pumping towards, to drop her autistic child by the roadside, tell me, today, would she be dancing at his wedding? Or have NTA celebrate Adeyemi? No. Welcome to Against All Odds on the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. My name is Doshima Pius Ikeravi, and we will be back very shortly. Don't go away.
This is Against All Odds.
My name is Samuel Adeyemi.
The importance of children in any family cannot be overemphasized. Childbirth is an integral part and most desirous in all marriages the world over. In some instances, as life happens, this expectation comes in contrary. For the Oceans, the birth of Adeyemi Samuel Ocean on the 15th of November 1996 came with so much joy and expectations. He was a handsome and healthy child. However, at the time his peers were crawling, sitting, talking and walking at the expected age, his parent noticed that he was struggling to manifest the child developmental stages for his age. This led the parent to taking extra care of him, guiding and helping Adeyemi through the challenges and struggles that life threw at him.
During his pregnancy, I never had any challenge. I never emphasized of having any problems until when I had him. Even when I had him, he cried normally when he came out like a normal child, which I never emphasized there was going to be any problem. Though I had him at a mission house, and as at then, nobody knew there was going to be any challenge, and because Down syndrome was not that widely known about then. Growing up, when he was about 4 months old, they expected him to have started sitting or doing things for him to hold his neck, and I realized he could not. That was when I sought this help of medical personnel, and I went to UCH then. I could remember very well, right there in UCH, the group of doctors I met then, maybe they were doctors in training, they never knew what the condition was. They knew there was something different about him, but they could not specifically say what the challenge was. Until when their consultant came, he said, "What's the problem? What's going on here?" I said, "Yeah, this is a boy they brought in at GOP, the General Outpatient Ward. They noticed something peculiar about him, but they cannot really pinpoint what it is." Their consultant said, "He's a boy living with Down syndrome." And I look at his head, I started explaining to them. For me, hearing syndrome, I fell down and I started rolling on the floor, was crying because I knew acquired AID ends with syndrome. So I felt the word syndrome is not something good at all. My husband was there. He didn't know what the condition is. So they started explaining. The doctor had to pet me. The consultant took me to his office and said, Madam, it's not that it's a bad thing, but it's just that everything about him will be slow. Now maybe things that his mates should do at a year, he might do his when he's 3 years. That I should just have it at the back of my mind that everything he does will be slow. So I don't compare him with other children. That's just the condition. And I should not expect too much from him. But if I totally surrender him to God, that they believe they are doctors, but it's God that perfects everything.
Adeyemi's half-brother, he was groomed along with him by Adeyemi's mother. While growing up with him, saw his challenges and has this to say.
Yemi Oshin happens to be a very special kind of person. You understand? Since our mom gave birth to him, he has been special from the beginning because he's different from just a regular child that you see out there. Aside him being because he's a child with Down syndrome, and Down syndrome simply means someone that has an additional chromosome. You know? So that is just it. But aside that, I think he has achieved a lot. And everything we have always prayed for, he should keep doing it. Though he does those things late, but at the end of the day, he does those things. Most of these children, societies neglect them because of their inability to do some things that we can do. You understand? And those things make them to just feel neglected. You understand? Now, just like so many people today, they have children with Down syndrome and they feel like, oh, they let us keep him indoor, so that other visitors will not see them. You understand? And with that, when they do that, it makes it to get worse. It wasn't the case totally. You understand? But in Yemi's case, we have been proud of him right from inception. Anywhere you will take normal children to, or you can take your children to, we take him there. I'm always proud to be his brother.
Steadfastness and patience, with little assistance from Adeyemi's mother, metamorphosed the fading of hope in Adeyemi to a remarkable transformation. This happened immediately she recognized his special needs and took a step to withdraw him from regular school and enrolled him in a school that is designed to cater for children with his peculiar needs. This was a turning point in Adeyemi's life.
That turning point in the life of Adeyemi was in 2010 when he won the Special Olympics. All along, I must be factual, I was just doing mine as a mother, but I never knew anything could come out of him. I had a house that I built. At a stage, I said, well, let me sell off this house. Who am I leaving it for? Because I never felt anything good could come out. I remember on several occasions, people will come and want to buy the house. The house is in addition. My pastor will say, go, we are not selling. But I didn't understand why. Because I had written him off. There was a time I even intended to go and dump him somewhere that a rich man would pick him up. Because it was not easy raising him as a mother. Then we were living at College Crescent. There is one school. The school was where his elder brother attends, Muiwa. So one day, the owner of the school, I have a shop down there. Whenever he's passing, why is he not coming to school? I say, he can't come now. He's still very young. I say, no. I know he's a special child, but just surrender him to me. Let him come. At least mixing up with others will make him go a long way. I said, okay. So the man said, if I'm not convinced that for 1 year I should not pay a dime. So he will come in the morning, pick Yemi. Yemi so got excited that anytime everybody are preparing to go to say, my mommy, my bag, my school bag, my lunch bag. He became excited going to school. And when he got to his stage, about after 5 years later, I realized without anybody telling me that he was not achieving. He was not gaining anything. The only thing he gained then was interaction. He interacts freely with anybody and he mixes up easily with anybody he comes across with. So I now felt it would not be nice for me to leave him there, that I should look for a special school for him, which I later did. But after a long while, he went to attend a special school in Lagos. And there and then, they started teaching him how to play basketball. One day I was home when they called me that Adeyemi won a Special Olympics competition, that he will be going to Athens to play basketball. In fact, I had a rethink, and I started blaming myself. Why did I write this boy off? If Adeyemi can play basketball and win that international scheme, then why do I think nothing good could come out of him? So I encouraged him. After a long while, they took them to a camp in Shagam. Almost every two days, I would make jollof rice. They were about 33 in number, with other people going for the Olympics. I would make jollof rice, cook full cooler, and drinks water. I'll take it to them. In fact, there was occasions my pastor said, "What is this problem you are having?" I said, "Don't worry, you won't understand." They were there for 3 weeks. And for that 3 weeks, I think I went there about 6 times before they left for Athens. When they were going to Athens, I was supposed to go with him. But the school he was then said they could not sponsor his coach because he was the only person that won in his school then. So I had to sponsor his coach to go with him. Then me, I stayed back. And funny enough, they came back with a gold medal. The day he won the gold medal was a day I will never forget in my life. It was around 12 a.m. I was following through when they were playing the basketball. And around 12 a.m. in the morning, the coach called me. I said, "No, sir, how are you? How is everything going on?" Yemi just picked the call. "Mommy, I won a gold medal. I'm bringing a gold medal to you in Nigeria." I screamed, and I started crying and praising God that night. There was nobody I did not call that night. Those that picked my call, I told them. Those that didn't pick called me the next morning. I was sharing that good news until when they came back. And when they came back, I was in Lagos a day before they came, and we went to welcome them at the airport. They put them in a hotel. Even right there in the hotel, they didn't allow people to go in, but me, I was always going in to go and see him and embrace him. And that changed everything in his life, because after that, me, I had never traveled out of the country. The only place I had traveled to then was Dubai. But today, I go to America as if I'm going to the back of my house. It's because of him. There's no embassy we get to today that they don't give us visa.
This is Against All Odds.
Able to make significant milestones when he discovered his passion for basketball. He pursued tenaciously this newfound love with unwavering determination. He became a symbol of inspiration to those that have lost hope through exhibiting remarkable skills in basketball. Attaining these great heights, Adeyemi became a local hero. He featured in many newspapers and appeared on numerous TV stations. His story served as a renewed hope to many families that are facing peculiar issues. Beside basketball, Adeyemi also acquired skills in cooking, shoemaking, and barbing. He has proved to the world that if others could do it, he can do it as well. These diverse skills unveiled his incredible potentials that are now making ways for him. In life, when a man attains the age of adulthood, he is expected to have an helpmate, because at this stage, God knows it is not good for a man to be alone.
We used to have a youth forum in the church, and they do have their anniversaries once in a year. I think that year it was a youth forum, they had their anniversary. So somebody invited her, I don't know who invited her, she came around. I just noticed that I saw, because I'm very close to Yemi, anytime I look around, I don't see him, I'll be looking around to see. So I saw him at the back sitting with Yemi. I said, "Come," I just beckoned on him. I said, "Who is that lady?" He said, "I don't know, she's my friend." I said, "Do you know her before?" He said, "No." She just came in and she said, "How are you?" I said, "Fine." Is this your church?" He said, "Yes." "Are they very good in this church?" "I like you, I'll be coming to your church." And they started talking. I said, "Do you like her?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Is she your wife?" He said, "If she marry me, I will marry her." I said, "Yemi." And I smiled and we left. About a week before then, Yemi came and said, "Mommy, you know that girl in my church that you say, is it my wife that we sat?" I said, "Yes, I know her." Taiwo. He said, "Yes. I saw her today in my shop." I said, "Where?" He said, her shop, you know that woman that do hair? Her shop is near my shop. I saw her, she came. I said, okay, bring her here. It's okay, I'll tell her. So by a week after, they both came in. I was so happy. I told Gbemi, you see this boy, it's a special need child. Gbemi says, Mommy, I don't see him as a special need child. Don't you see that he's very handsome? I said, yes, I know he's handsome, but I don't want problems. So he said, Mommy, there will not be problem. Mommy, can I be coming here to visit you? I said, of course, you are free. So I now asked Yemi, what do you want? He said, Mommy, I want to marry her. I said, you want to marry somebody you don't know? Gbemi said, yes, Mommy, if you permit us. I like him very well. Oh. I said, okay, go and pray about it. If the Lord leads you to get married to each other, I will support your union. So along the line, the mother now came after a long time that Gbemi brought Yemi's name and said he wants to marry him. And she had prayed about it, and the Lord says they should go ahead. I said, okay, if that be the case, let me tell my pastor. I had to inform my pastor. My pastor now said, well, I don't want a situation where later you now say, it's a boy living with disability, I don't want again. You have seen him. Do you want? He said, yes, I want him in the presence of God and man. So we now agreed with the mother that if the mother can surrender her to us, leave her to us, and we'll do a quiet church blessing, which we did. She agreed.
The day she brought Yemi, I accepted him wholeheartedly, and I was happy with it because I didn't see any disabilities in him. God created us all, and we are all human beings. If you have a child, you would at least give him out for marriage so he will give you children. My advice is that they should not look down on those who are born with disabilities, because God is the ordinator of the journey.
When I saw them together, I have to call Gbemi one-on-one. I sat her down. I spoke with her for like 1 or 2 hours. I said, I want you to be sincere with me. This relationship or this feeling, is it genuine or is something else is attached? And I told her what is involved. That because at the end of the day, if it is fake love, it won't last, because we will surely get to know. Because I'm more closer to Yemi than any other person, even than Mommy. And if you kind of bring the kind of fake love or something to him, at the long run, we surely know. She was like, no, that it was just like this, and it was okay, that there's nothing like fake love or something. I was like, well, God will surely be I pray God will be with you. Yemi Oshin meeting Gbemi Sola, which happens to be his wife, is just like a miracle, because hardly will you see, out of like 100 girls in Nigeria or 100 ladies in Nigeria, will you see 90% or 99% that will say they want to stay with Yemi? You understand? Because most of them will look at his abilities or maybe what his special abilities that he has and say, no, they don't want to stay with this kind of person or something, that he's having some kind of disabilities. But with Gbemi, it has been different, and the relationship has been cordial, and there's nothing to fear about.
The first time I saw him at the church, I like him, but as time goes on, we didn't get to see each other again. So I'm learning hairdressing, and my workplace is not far to where he stays, and that's how we met again. When we met again, we started as being friends, and eventually I followed him home one day, and his mom asked him who I am. Then he answered that I'm his wife. His mom was so happy to see me, and she accepted me instantly.
ready? Because as they are cutting the cake, the blessings of the Lord is coming upon them. So we are going to shout grace. Because everything that they are going to do will come to them by grace. By grace they will move. By grace they will excel. By grace they will proceed. By grace they will progress. By grace their home shall be filled. Are we ready? And I call G, R, A, C, E, and everybody will shout.
This is Against All Odds.
I thank everybody for coming to identify with this couple, Adeyemi and his precious wife.
Advice to the parents of person with special needs is we should kindly try to go to those that understand them. There are different foundations, there are different individuals that know more about those children. So instead of dumping them or making them an hostage at home, go to those that understand them. Go to we have different homes all over the world. You can go to them to seek for advice, and who will gladly advise you on what to do and how to take your step to make something like this happen.
This wedding is one of the best weddings that I ever see, because they see that it's not possible, and God made it possible for the parent and for the bride and for the groom to see that yes, it's possible for them to come together as one.
And I still keep encouraging parents that you have a special child does not mean it's the end of the world. That something good can as well come out of the child with their support and encouragement and love. Love supersedes it all. If they see that you show them so much love, they will grow up to be what you want them to be.
This is Against All Odds.
Wow, love, they say, is a beautiful story, especially when you find love in the arms of the people you truly love and who deserve your love. Gbemisola and Adeyemi have found love in each other's arms. They will together, moving forward, winter the storm. You know, life, they say, will offer you what it will offer you. But what are you ready to take away from life? See Adeyemi, how he started. Amazingly, how it has all ended. Beautiful story, ending so well. Against all odds, wishes Gbemisola and Adeyemi a blissful marital affair, that together they will conquer the world. What has life offered you? And how are you intending to give back to life what it has offered you? Thank you for staying with us on Against All Odds. Let's do this again. Same time, same station. My name is Doshima Pius Ikerevi. Do have a fantastic day ahead. And remember that you are the best of who you are. Don't let anyone deceive you. Bye.
Audio Jungle.